Squirtle Comm Day in Pokemon Go is this weekend on Sunday from 2 until 5 p.m. And today we're going to break down the full paid research. We're going to go over the best of the best to see if Squirtle powered up into Blastoise in the Mega form or even in the Shadow form is going to be worth using your energy and resources in Pokemon Go. So with all that said, welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. Welcome back. Good luck on your shinies today. Hopefully you guys get a good IV shiny, sunglass Squirtle. And just remember that during this event, we are going to have great bonuses that are going to include increased lucky friend chances and lucky traded Pokemon. So make sure to trade as many of these Pokemon as possible to try to get some good IV luckies because you can power them up half of the normal Stardust. So today we're gonna break down the research. And if you guys have come to this video after the research, jump into the timestamps and get to the end of the video and you can check out the best of the best to see how good Mega Blastoise is in Pokemon Go. So with all that said, let's jump right into the first research, which is going to be the field research, the only way that you can get the Squirtle Squad Sunglass Squirtle in Pokemon Go from research. So that is why I always recommend after basically midnight on Saturday night going into Sunday, you do not do any field research in any of the areas that you are playing because that will then become field research at 2 o'clock to get the Squirtle Squad Squirtle or items. This one will have a 100% IV at task level at 405, as will all the other ones that we do talk about. And just remember, you can also get 5 Great Balls, 2 Ultra Balls, 2 Pineapple Berries, or 500 Stardust when completing this. And this is going to be where you get the Squirtle Squad Squirtle. So now let's jump into the $1 paid research to see what your rewards are going to be. I'll give you all the 100% IVs, and then we're going to go from there.
And we have the Squirtle research day for step number 1. We have make 5 nice throws, which is going to give you 15 Pokeballs, catch 15 Squirtle for a Squirtle encounter, and power up a Pokemon 10 times for 20 Squirtle candy for 3,000 Stardust, a Squirtle encounter, and 1 incense. In stage number 2, we have transfer 10 Pokemon for 10 Pineapple Berries, catch 15 Squirtle for a Squirtle encounter, and evolve 3 Squirtle for 30 Squirtle candy for 4,500 XP, another Squirtle encounter, and an incubator. In stage number 3, we have make 3 great curveball throws for 15 great balls, catch 15 Squirtle for a Squirtle Squad Squirtle encounter, evolve 1 Wortortle for 50 Squirtle candy, 4,500 Stardust, a Wortortle encounter, and a Rocket Radar. And then we're in stage number 4, we are going to claim rewards for 15 Ultra Balls, a Squirtle encounter, 2 Silver Pineapple Berries, 5,500 XP, Blastoise encounter, and 3 rare candies.
And the Wortortle 100% IV will be 637, and the Blastoise will be 1,057. So good luck on all those. Make sure to get after it. So now we're going to switch gears, so we're going to get into the best of the best and analyze, is Mega Blastoise going to be worth powering up using your resources for in Pokemon Go? Because obviously we have competition in the Mega form with Primal Groudon, Primal Kyogre, and so forth. And we're also going to check it out in PvP to see how it ranks. Okay, so for this Pokemon, let's start off. It's going to be an all water type, so it doesn't share similar to as the Mega Swampert does, which is going to be something we're really going to be comparing it to. Swampert is going to be ground in water. This one is going to be straight water. With that said, it's going to be weak to 2 things, which is going to be grass and electric. Swampert will be double weak to grass, and then it's going to have 4 resistances: fire, ice, steel, as well as water. This Pokemon will max out at 4,455 in comparison to the Mega Swampert at 4,975, which is pretty crazy of a difference, almost 500 total CP points. The attack is going to be 264, the defense is going to be 237, and the stamina is going to be 188. In comparison to the Swampert with an attack value of 283, that's going to be above the Blastoise. The defense will be below, but the stamina is 225 on this Swampert. That is going to make a big difference when comparing these two Pokemon. Okay, so now as far as the Mega Blastoise, the recommended moveset is obviously going to be Water Gun and also Hydro Cannon, which is going to be the Comm Day move. That's why I always recommend evolving multiple of these Pokemon to make sure that if you ever want to trade it in the future, that it has the Comm Day move, because that makes it so much more valuable. Okay, so with this said, now let's jump into the ER value to see how good Blastoise is in all of its forms and where it's going to sit, and then we'll compare it to the water category. The best moveset on the Mega Blastoise obviously is going to be Water Gun and Hydro Cannon at 4591. And then we're going to have the Mega Blastoise with Hydro Pump combination at 37.43. So if you look at the comparison between Hydro Cannon and Hydro Pump, it is a massive difference, and Hydro Cannon is going to be a 2-bar charge. These movesets are vastly superior than others here. And then if you guys do want to see this Pokemon with Return, it's 35.53, Skull Bash 34.36, and Mega Blastoise with Ice Beam 33.41. If you do want to go to the second page and see where the regular Blastoise with Water Gun Hydro Cannon sits, it's going to be at 30.51, or you can also check out the Shadow Blastoise on the first page at 35.14. Okay, so obviously in the regular and the Shadow, it is not high enough. Remember, if it's over 40, it could be competing more than likely in the top 10. But if it is not over 40, we have problems, and it is not going to be hitting into the spots that we need it to be a top meta attacker. But with that said, we have the Mega Blastoise that is above 40, so let's check it out to see where it does compare to Primal Kyogre as well as the Mega Swampert. All the water Pokemon here is going to be Primal Kyogre, Waterfall, and Origin Pulse at 58.19. Wow, that's so incredibly strong. Then we have the Mega Swampert at 50.56, followed by Mega Blastoise with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon at 45.91. Then we do have the Ash Greninja that is not out yet, Mega Gyarados, that is obviously another Mega, and then the regular Kyogre, which is going to be the 43.04, which is only about 3 points behind the Mega Blastoise. So if we're looking at the Primal Kyogre, which I think is kind of in its own class, well, yes, it is a very powerful Pokemon in the Mega form. It's very, very strong. However, at the same time, that one does take premium XL candies, meaning you're gonna have to pay to raid for it to be able to get yourself enough to make it on par with as strong as this Swampert and this Blastoise. So in comparison to the Swampert and the Blastoise, obviously the Swampert is 5 points above, meaning that if you do have the possibility of getting this Pokemon for the Swampert, which obviously all of us do, the Swampert is going to be the choice to make. And not only that, when we do look at Megas, we also look at the XL candy abilities that it does take when it gets to Mega level 3. The Blastoise is only going to yield you additional XL candy for water Pokemon. Swampert will do ground Pokemon as well, which is a very valuable combination. And then as far as the Primal Kyogre, that one's even more special because that will do 3 of them because the Primals are doing 3, as well as the Mega Rayquaza will do 3. If you want to check everything about Mega Rayquaza, check it out up here. The Primal Kyogre will do water, electric, as well as bug. So 3 boosts on one. So although it does take a premium, in my opinion, it is worth it. And that's going to be where it is. So do I suggest powering this up? I love the look of Mega Blastoise. Is it as strong as the Mega Swampert? It is not. You can choose whatever you'd like to do. I personally already have one maxed out. Blastoise is one of my favorite Pokemon, but I have more than enough Stardust. So if you are short on Stardust and you're trying to optimize what is the best choice for smaller resources, I would say definitely not power this one up and wait to get Mega Swampert because it is so much more valuable in Pokemon Go. But let's not forget that Mega Blastoise also does get an Ice move in Pokemon Go. So will it be worth putting it on there? As far as Ice moves, if we check out the top 10, it is not going to be on the charts. It will also not be in the top 20. However, it is going to be in the 23rd spot at 33.41. So you could put that moveset on that Pokemon. Is it going to be the best moveset for that Pokemon? I mean, you know, it does handle dragon Pokemon that are also flying, so that is a plus in comparison to the Mega Swampert, as it cannot. Obviously, there are better Pokemon to be able to use here. So with that said, now let's move into PvP and see where this Pokemon sits. So as far as the moveset, it is going to be Water Gun, Hydro Cannon, which is going to be the Comm Day move, and Ice Beam. In the Great League, it's going to be ranked 126, so it is not the most relevant Pokemon here. And the 100% PvP IVs will be a 115-15. However, in the Ultra League, the regular is going to be ranked 48, and the Shadow is going to be ranked 107, with the IVs of a 0, 12, 15 at level 48.5. So that will be quite a bit of XL candy, almost 296, but not quite. So if you guys do want this Pokemon for the Ultra League, I suggest you play with it, see if you like it, and then use it there. It only has 2 weaknesses, 4 resistances, but then everything else is going to hit it neutral, so you are going to have to take that into account. So beyond that, guys, what would I suggest doing with this Pokemon? Honestly, if you have scarce resources hold, if you really want to get the most bang for your buck, you have to look at Primal Kyogre. That one will give you the most yield as far as the top attacker standpoint. It's very tanky and it's extremely powerful. It needs Origin Pulse, but beyond that, if you want a budget one, Mega Swampert is going to be your choice. Thank you guys for tuning in as always. Good luck out there. Appreciate you guys as always. To all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm going to see you guys out on the next video. Peace.
I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.